People have got to vote these crooks out of the office. That's exactly what, because the satisfaction of them determines what happens in their livelihoods. So if you're voting for the wrong person, then they get paid and we get nothing. People don't think that they have to be involved with the children or know the children's teachers and understand what's going on. And because we fail to be involved with our children except for football or sports, then it sends a message that our parents don't care, and that's the furthest thing away from our parents' mind. They do care, but a lot of them just don't understand how to care. Our parents have to know what the teachers are informing your children of. So we need to get more involved. That's why a lot of our children keep going to jail and hell, because until one of them die, then that's when everybody get involved.
Because part of being proactive is being involved with your children. Why do you think we're so reactive?
Well, because it's just so much going on, and everybody is trying to be a friend to their kids instead of being parent. And we have to be parents first.
When you look at the school system, I read a story about something that happened in Tucker between a teacher and a child. I guess the teacher said some derogatory things towards the child and told either the parent or a staff member that she didn't care. She was going to get a check one way or the other.
And that's true, because nowadays we only have very few teachers that actually care about the kids that are learning. They just there for a check, and life goes on.
There's a lot of talk about problems in the Dekalb school. Actually, there's been a lot of talk about problems, specifically in South Dekalb. What are those issues, and why do you think our children are having a difficult time with being educated?
Because we are allowing our parents to act out just like some of the children are acting out. Somebody has got to be firm. And I don't mean being abusive or slamming a child to the floor. I mean, we have got to be more involved with our children and our administrators and talk to one another. We're not talking to the parents, and we're not talking to the children. Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody swear the one is right and one is wrong, when this is a bad situation for both parent and child.
When you look at DeKalb County, you see from an infrastructure perspective and other investments, you see a lot of money going to the northern portion of DeKalb. You're seeing billions of dollars being invested. Do you have the same disparity with the school system?
Absolutely. Because those parents are involved. They want to know where the money is going, and they have to be accountable.
We're not seeing the same thing in South DeKalb?
No, we're not. Because the teachers and some parents and some special groups are running the show instead of allowing the parents to run the bulk of the monies that apply to the schools. We have thousands of dollars that go to the schools, but does each child get a chance to receive the benefits of that money? I don't think so. I've heard from parents that say, this is my child's last year and I'm over with it. But my kids have been out of school for 30 years and I'm still trying to make a difference for someone else's child.
But those kids generally stay in the community, so you want to support the kids and ensure their well-being.
But they're not taught that way. So in the North, you reach out and you teach your children. Our children are not taught that way. So what you don't know, you can't make a difference on. When you vote, you can't just vote by name recognition. You got to know what the people are doing for you and your family.
But how do you know if you have multiple people in a race? How do you know that person is going to fight for resources for your community?
Our people don't understand voting, how important it is to vote for the right person. So if you vote wrong, you have a tendency to put the wrong person in office for the next 4 to 10 years.
You elect a person, say it's the wrong person. People generally realize very quickly that this person is not performing the way the community wants that person to perform. Why is it so hard to get that person out of office?
Because they have a few friends that are in their community, and they tend to always keep the same little clique going with the same people, and you do a couple of favors for them, and they think that they're doing an excellent job.
Why in the black community is it all about cliques? Why does it have to be personal? Why can't we just get together and do things for the right reasons?
Because we're not trained that way.
That's a good point. When you say we're not trained, we're raised differently.
Absolutely.
We're not raised to uplift our own people.
We're misinformed, and we gravitate to the wrong era.
Talk about being misinformed.
We're misinformed by the leaders.
TV shows, movies, music.
Music, yes, because you very seldom hear the artists speak about doing the right thing or knowing your candidate. Sometimes they choose. I've seen cases where they choose the wrong candidate.
Is your concern just about the school board, or do you have concerns about other elected positions, like
Absolutely.
commission and your state positions?
The commissioners, the judges are extremely important. And most people don't even know the judges. They have no opposition because nobody cares. And the young people that are coming out of school now, they tend to not want to be bothered with all this. It's a dirty game.
And what is the objective for Restore Dekalb, and what have you guys done in the community?
Well, we primarily stay focused on the education of the kids. And we've got a lot of enemies, but we don't care. If we can just reach one child or one person, the teachers that I'm speaking of, then we feel like our job has been done.
So why would an organization that cares about the kids and improving education in the county, why would an organization like that have pushback or create enemies?
Because we have a lot of people that don't care. And if you don't care, you want to keep your job, you fight us. But we're not going to allow our children to be victimized.
You have a number of races, Board of Commissioner races coming up in the next few months. A big one is the CEO. Mm-hmm. What's the thought on that race, and who do you think will be the person to take Dekalb in the direction it needs to go?
Well, my choice, I'm just going to hold that for now.
You did talk to me about development in the River Road area, commercial development. People trying to put a service station or a pawn shop or something of that magnitude in the black community. When, as African Americans, are we going to say enough is enough? And if you're not going to invest the best in our community, don't come this way.
It's going to stop when we start standing up for our rights, because they wouldn't take it to their communities and set up shop like they do in our communities. Now in DeKalb, in Ellenwood area where I live, they want to always choose for us what is best for us instead of allowing us. to choose what we want in our community. And in the north side of town, the voice of the people is heard. The voice of the people is not heard in the South Dekalb.
Is gentrification, well, we see gentrification moving through East Atlanta, and it's moving this way pretty rapidly.
Yes.
Do you think that's going to have a huge impact on the South DeKalb community in North Henry County?
Absolutely, because they will get off their jobs and go to a meeting. But one thing we have to understand, in the South DeKalb area, the meetings are always when the parents or working people cannot attend. So they have little tactics that they have to always make it inconvenient for people who want to make a difference.